Yeah, you know, it's true.
She knows this
Tell her.
stuff. She knows
I used to do this stuff.
Yeah,
So.
you right.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Hector.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Bull City Pioneers podcast. As you tune into your two favorite Latinos, I'm Hector.
I'm Luis.
And today we have
Imani Pressley. Yeah, I was making sure I filled that in
Well,
correctly.
thank you for coming on.
Hey,
It was
no
so awesome that you came out.
Thank you, Hector. Yes. So what's up?
So, who is Imani Pressley?
Oh, that's a good
backstory.
Right. It just hit me with that. So now I'll tell you what she was before in a second. But now she is an artist, a producer, a musician, a songwriter, an engineer. So I do all those things now, and my goal is to amplify and showcase the gifts that I've been given spiritually to the world, and to inspire young females and young musicians and people who want to create their own music and be fully creative like I am, and be iconic and great at it. So that's my goal, that's my vision, and that's who I am. If I want to be more specific as far as genre, right?
Yes.
I do pop, R&B. Hector knows, he's been to a few of my shows. Yeah, I do like little funk elements and stuff. So a little bit of like flair of EDM in my music as well. So it's like a little combination of like a mashup kind of.
Yeah.
So.
A little sprinkle of everything.
Yeah, a little hot sauce.
Firstly, I would like to apologize. You invited me and Hector as a team to your Halloween bash, and I did not come.
Ooh.
Hector did.
Let me slide over this
Yeah,
way.
right. Yeah. He's like over here a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna go over here a little
It's
bit.
real. Hector shows up for everything.
Bruh.
This guy. No, look, man, you need to show your face, man.
Okay, you're right. I need to show my face more. You're right.
2019.
You gotta come to my next shows.
Okay,
like, for real,
when is it?
for
When
real.
is it? When and
So,
where?
definitely the next one that's close to you guys is
Gotcha.
at Cat's Cradle.
Okay.
That is March 27th. It's an all-female show.
Ooh.
I'm headlining that show.
What time?
7 o'clock, I want to say, but
Okay,
I will
give me another
confirm
day.
that. Okay.
What?
Here we go.
What?
It's gonna be December.
Come on, bro.
It's gonna be
No, I have a
December.
modeling event to go to.
Oh man.
On the
Okay.
27th?
Yeah, at the same
What?
time.
Oh,
At
yeah,
7 p.m.
I think
What?
you did tell me
Yes,
that.
I have
That's
living
crazy.
proof on the
I
side.
think you did
Okay.
tell me that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe you can come to the April 18th.
Okay. All right. April 18th.
That's in Greensboro though.
What part?
Greensboro.
What part of Greensboro? What part of Greensboro though? Yo, come on.
Oh, I thought he walked out.
Yo,
I thought
that would have been funny. That would have been funny. Yo, she said Greensboro. Yo,
Okay.
Okay.
So, what's funny is it's actually in High Point, which is not too far
Okay.
from Greensboro. GTCC.
Did you? Okay.
So there's a community college I graduated
Oh,
from,
my God.
and they're having an alumni like
Okay.
concert.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's like 3 other bands and me.
Okay. Can anybody come though? Is it open to the
Yeah,
public?
yeah, it's open to the
Oh, okay.
public. It's
Cool,
$5.
cool.
You know.
Cool,
it's free to
awesome.
come,
That's
so.
good. That's good. And wait, what date does that fall on?
April 18th on a Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
It's at 7 o'clock as well.
Oh, I can make
So it'll be outside. You know, nice vibes.
Do you want to go?
You know I'm in, bro. You know I'm in. You know I'm in.
Okay, no, okay.
'Cause I got
on
the
camera,
time.
on camera,
This is on
I'm shaking it.
camera.
Oh, this
Like,
on
I'm
camera.
shaking it. I'm shaking it.
Okay. April
I'll be there.
18th, Thursday
Okay,
at 7
cool.
o'clock.
We'll be there.
I'll
We'll
be
be
there.
there. We'll be
I'll
there.
be there.
$5. It's only $5.
Now I have to go. I've done
See?
it on camera, so I
You
have
gotta
to go.
Yeah.
Grab some of her merch too.
Hey, yeah, look.
Hey, stand up.
Plug,
Stand up,
shameless plug
Hector.
right here.
Stand up.
Hey, you got the Imani Pressley shirt on?
Hey.
So, what, is
Yeah.
this
Okay,
the
bro,
website?
you have to stand.
Right?
You have to stand above the computer, bro.
Oh, so they can fully see the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, just stand up. Oh my god.
That looks
Is that
good. Yeah. And the black looks good on him. too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's alright. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
This guy always makes
Now-
fun of me, bro.
To speak about your awards, I heard that
Yeah.
you got Grammy nominated at 19.
Yeah,
19
that
years old.
was
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty different. I was actually just a producer then.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't an artist
Mhm.
like I am now and producer. I was just making beats and stuff. And at that time, I was signed to a label that produced for Michael Jackson, Beyonce,
wow,
Brandy, made hits with them, the Jerkins brothers. And so I did a song with a group called Trendy 57, their gospel group.
Mm-hmm.
And the project got nominated for a Grammy, and so it made everybody that was songwriters and producer nominated for it.
Gotcha.
But it was crazy because I saw the text on my phone, and I was just like, what's happening? You know?
Is this
Yeah.
real
Like,
live?
I did what?
Yeah.
I did that?
There you
Really?
go. Like,
Right.
I'm 19 right now.
Oh,
so it's like,
yeah, see.
I'm just like,
Kind of
damn.
processing how that would feel, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have felt, wow.
And then after that, maybe like a couple of days, I want to say after that, I got another text. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, you're nominated for a Dove Award, which is
Whoa.
very huge.
What is that?
And exactly. So it's another. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard of Stellar Awards in gospel.
Yeah, I
It's
think I heard
another
of it.
version of that, but more broad in genre. So
Oh, okay.
so yeah, that was nominated for that as well. So it made me Grammy and Dove Award nominated. So
Ooh.
that was a really big blessing for me.
Heck
Like,
yeah, how did that feel though? How did that, at 19 years old, basically straight out of high school, how did that feel? Like,
yeah, I had
like-
just graduated 18 the year before that. The news came to my house and interviewed me. It's online.
Wow.
Paparazzi,
WFNY
everybody.
News 2 interviewed me.
Dang.
But it felt surreal at first, you know, because it's kind of like that fast at that young of an
Yeah,
age, you know,
yeah,
a
yeah.
teenager, you're still like trying
just
to
overwhelming.
Yeah, you're trying to find your way, and then all of a
Figure
sudden it's like I'm
something
Grammy nominated, and I just realized that some things like that you can't take for granted, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who are like, it's Justin Bieber or something, like I don't even think he's
Yeah.
nominated for a Grammy. Like there's a few artists
Oh.
who are major who haven't been nominated for a Grammy, and so it's like
Justin Bieber's never been nominated.
exactly
That's
you got
crazy.
it. So it's like certain artists who've never been nominated who have millions and millions of followers and stuff.
And I'm
That's
sorry to
really
cut you off,
interesting.
Which is really
Yeah.
surprising because in the last 2 to 3 years, he was doing like this EDM thing.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
where he thought he
It was going on.
And my conspiracy theory mind thought like, oh, you changing the swag so you get a brand.
Right.
It's all for the
So you
clout.
trying
It
to
didn't work
cheat.
though.
Hey,
It's all for the
I
I
clout.
don't think it did because he
No,
didn't
it
get
didn't.
nominated.
Right,
Right.
right.
So
Which is funny
Yeah.
to people he worked with like DJ Snake and everybody.
yeah,
They've been nominated.
that's what he was doing.
That's
That
crazy.
yep. And DJ Snake
What?
is huge. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest like DJs and producers out here. So
And it
It's-
still didn't work.
right,
It still didn't
it
work.
still didn't work.
And he
So-
like got like famous like at what age? Like 14 or
Yeah, it was
something?
like
I think he
14.
was like super young.
Like
the
12,
very first
14?
video I ever seen of Justin Bieber, he was in like a red sweater. He had to be like maybe like 10.
Oh,
He
yeah,
had a
yeah.
guitar.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he started
And he
on
had his
YouTube.
hair all like long. He was like.
He started
was
on
like, He
YouTube.
was like a super young kid, and he was just going
Yeah.
on guitar.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny though? Y'all not gonna believe this. What's funny is shout out to my godfather. I want to send him this, by the way. His name is Michi Robinson. He's taught me a whole lot. He lived in Atlanta, and I used to go to Atlanta all the time to just learn from him and stuff. What's funny is the place that Justin Bieber was learning and training and all that stuff was the same place I was at when I was learning with my godfather.
Wow.
And he's like, he told me before Justin came out, he was like, yo, Usher, which was Usher's mother's studio, JPET Records. I used to go there all the time and do A&R development with him. And so he used to always tell me, he'd be like, yo, Usher's working with this little kid. He's about to blow up. And like 2 years later, he blew up. And I was like,
Dang.
wait, that's the kid you were talking
That's
about.
crazy.
And I didn't even know we were in the same place.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Dude, I
That
didn't
is
know
crazy.
that.
Whoa.
So it's crazy. Yeah, it's
One
real
of the
crazy.
greats.
So,
Yeah, he also
Wow.
started that little white boy.
yeah, the little swoop
Yeah,
thing.
little swoop swoop.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Yeah,
remember.
that everybody had it.
Feel
Middle
that.
school, like all the guys were like,
Yeah.
I'm black and I
bro, you said,
Damn.
You're
you
gonna.
say you black, you wanted
I
what?
used to
Yo.
have my hair like
Really?
a little bit. Yeah. You probably remember. I used to have.
Yeah,
I used to have
you
a
did,
Bieber
yeah,
Bowl.
yeah,
I used-
Really?
That's what it was called. It was called the Bieber Bowl. Everybody in my school called it
Oh
the
my
Bieber Bowl.
goodness.
So
And
emo.
And I
He
was
looked
that
so
kid with the
emo.
Bieber
Right, right. It's like the emo style. Yeah.
I was always like,
Yeah, I think everybody had an emo phase.
Yeah, I think everybody. I did too. I had
Yeah.
the belts with the little spikes
Yes.
on them and
Oh
the
my
chains.
Oh, I didn't
Oh
have those.
my God.
Bottom joints, yeah.
Bruh.
I don't know about that, but I know
Oh,
what you're
wow.
saying though.
But
I
see,
feel like if
that's
I
the
walked
thing.
around school with chains on, everybody would look at me like, dude, stay in your lane. Like, stay,
Bruh.
your Bieber
Stay in your
Bowl
lane.
and stay over there.
Right.
See, my emo stage was having no hair. Basically, I was.
What?
I remember that.
Yeah, I had no hair.
You didn't have
no
any hair?
Well, I had. Well, I just didn't let it grow. I kept on cutting it. And cutting
like
it.
buzzing it down.
Yeah. So yeah, that was.
That's
that was.
different.
That was.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Look,
That was.
I don't know how you feel about that. Look,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like
He's just thinking so
Yeah,
hard
I don't-
about
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah, I didn't
feel
like
about that.
Didn't like it. So as a producer, how many instruments do you play?
I started. Okay, so I started on drums when I was 6. I then started to play keys when I was like 10 or 11.
How hard is
I
that? Because it's
started-
like a guitar and then it's like.
Yeah. Oh, the keys.
Oh,
well,
the
the
keys,
keys. I started keys first. And then I did guitar.
Okay.
So that was around like 18, 19. My uncle gave me my first guitar, and then I started learning bass. So it was really like
Oh.
four-ish, because I play the organ for fun.
Gotcha.
I'm not really like all that, you know what I'm saying? But
That's it.
my mother taught me how to play like a few notes and chords on the keys because she plays organ.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
And so my grandfather plays guitar. My uncle plays the bass. My other uncle plays the drums.
Mhm.
And my grandmother sings, and my great aunt sings. So it's like all through the family. We're all
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
awesome.
So you-
very like musically
You're
inclined.
surrounded by it,
Yeah, it kind of happened. And my dad, what I appreciate him for was he was the one that had all the gear.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
So he had the
Mm.
beatbox machines and
we need to get one of those.
not beatbox machines, beat making machines, the boss machines, the 4-track. I started on a 4-track. A lot of people don't even know what that is, but I started on that, and he had all that stuff, and he sold a lot of it, to take care of family and stuff like that at that time.
Dang.
What
but
was he? Was he a producer himself too?
Yeah, so he produced a little bit, not like as much, because he was still trying to like learn. But him and my uncle were in a group, and they, made tracks together. Was in a band together. My mom was in a band and stuff, and so it's just all around me,
Your mom's really nice too, by the way.
Yeah, he's met my mom. When he came to my
Look
show.
At you, Andrew. Look at you.
When he-
She's awesome.
When he came to my show.
Every time I
Oh,
saw her, she was like,
Right, you didn't get it.
Awkward.
You didn't get it. No, but
oh.
stop. Are you just not getting it too?
Yeah, you were saying because
He got it the first
I was
time.
waiting. I was just waiting. I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
Right.
You were trying to be on my side, and I didn't even pay
Right,
attention.
I'm trying to be on his side.
Damn.
Went right over
Shots
his head.
fired.
Right. No, I'm just
Right.
playing. But so yeah, it's about four
Mhm.
different instruments, and then the guitar is a combination of keys and the guitar in a sense, because it's like you're holding it like you're playing a guitar, but you're playing keys.
I be feeling like it's like some 80s shit. That
It
shit's wild.
is,
Yeah.
and that's when
Wait.
it came out.
It's
Like,
just so
That's
lit.
dope, though.
Does
Yeah.
it have like the black keys like on the piano or no?
yeah, it's
Oh, it
actually
does?
Yeah, it's
the
literally
whole.
like-
It's actually a keyboard flipped
Oh yeah.
on
yeah.
his side. You know,
How many keys does it have again?
I
Is
want
that
to say
full- is that full
49.
keyboard?
Yeah.
I want to
That'd
say
be too long.
I want to say
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because I would be on the floor. Like,
She have to play like.
I'd be like,
Bruh.
but no, I think it's 49 or less. I want to say.
It looks heavy, to be
It's
honest.
not actually, believe it or not. The one
Really?
that I have, at least, it's not. I love it. I didn't know I was gonna play it. My godfather told me I was gonna play it. That's from Atlanta when I first met him. I was like, no, it looks hard, But when I just start,
Yeah.
right, and when I really like played my friends, because he's the one that gave it to me, I was just like, this is actually not hard. I actually
Yeah.
play better with the keys slanted. It's
Yeah,
weird.
Really?
Yeah, I play
love
better
this
with the
shit.
keys,
You
man.
can pull off like some Janelle Monáe type shit.
What?
No, for real. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever like really said this, but like Janelle Monáe, when she was like first coming out, she
Yeah.
used to do like eclectic ass shit at
Yeah.
shows.
Mm.
I went to one of her shows. She used to paint while she sung. And
Oh,
Yeah, wow.
that's kinda lit, though.
So I mean, like
That's different.
So it's different from when you see her now on like this pop R&B wave type shit.
Right.
Like when she first started out before Diddy found her.
Right.
So I say that's a wave because it's like a lot of people don't even know what a guitar is. So it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
like this some new shit. No, nigga, it's like 30 years.
Damn!
It really
just
is. Just 30 years late.
God damn.
Yeah. So
That's cool
Rare.
because people remember you because like it's,
yeah,
it's something they don't see.
became a thing. And then to top it off, here lately in the past year, I've been adding talkbox to a lot of my set. So I am in love with, as far as influences, like I'm super in love with like Roger Troutman,
Yes.
any of the Parliament Funkadelic stuff, Cameo, like. I mean, Prince.
Prince is over
Prince
here
is my.
fanboy.
He's like right.
Fanboy.
Right. Cameo, like all that. Like
That's
Prince
all
is what I.
shit.
Oh yeah. Like my parents raised me on that stuff. They raised me on like Prince and all that stuff that I'm just saying. So that's all we heard around the house, and that's why I have a lot of funk elements and guitars and talk boxes and stuff in my sets, because that's what I grew up on. So,
And that's your main toy now.
yeah, it's became my main toy. It's one of my favorites. My other favorite, I would have to say, is bass. Believe it or not, I love playing the bass.
Yeah.
It's not a per se woman's instrument. They like to title that, but I like the challenge of knowing that that's what they perceive it as.
Mhm.
Kind of like a men's instrument. You see a lot of guys playing bass. You don't see a lot of girls playing bass. So
Yeah, I've never seen a female.
yeah, my cousin, my god sister, she actually plays the bass for Beyonce.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
Lauren,
Are you fucking serious?
that's my god sister.
Yo, I wish y'all could see this on camera, bro.
My godfather's from Atlanta. That's his daughter.
Yo, so we be like DMing each other. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like it is just so random because like
LT?
Yeah, because she
Really?
actually followed me, and it was
What?
just, I was like, yo, thanks for the follow, blah, blah, this and
So
that.
you slid in the
and like,
DMs.
yeah, and it's like I just be like telling her like, yo, break this because she just got like married.
Yeah, she got married.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it's like, oh, cool. And then when she came to Charlotte, I saw her and her band, the Gigi band.
Right. Those are all my god sisters.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yo,
Oh,
so
yeah, I was about to say
small
that.
world. That's crazy you know them. Yeah, and they're
Right.
dope. All three of them combined
All
are
three of them,
dope.
yeah.
They are. They're dope.
Small
so.
word, and I still don't go to shows.
You're just digging your
You
hole,
just-
man.
you got your hole getting
Digging
deeper
your
and
own
deeper.
hole.
Yo, I need to
It's
start
getting
going, man.
deeper and deeper. It's getting deeper.
I need to start going to shows, yo. I need to start showing my
We
face.
need to kidnap him, Hector.
Oh,
Yeah,
We need to
man.
kidnap him.
Legit, man. You gotta put
You need
me
an
in.
extra shovel?
Oh, right.
Bruh.
Just kidding.
Right.
Just kidnap me real quick, man.
Yeah.
What about further after April? Do you know of any shows you have after April?
I do know for sure. I forgot the name of the festival. It's here in Durham. It starts with a B.
Beats and bars.
No,
That's in like
it's another
fall.
festival
Yeah.
that happens in May. That I'm gonna be at. It's in my. I hate that I don't know these. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. So,
Yeah.
but it'll be on my website. And that's
Okay,
May
cool.
18th. And then of course I'm a part of Carolina Waves
Oh,
with
yeah,
Here I
yeah.
Am. So we're gonna be doing some stuff in June probably. So
In June. And
Yeah.
where?
we're still gathering those dates.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
yeah, but that's definitely happens in the works.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, events coming up with
Hey,
Imani.
yeah. It's
Do
gonna
you
be on my
like
website.
Do you like playing the bass or the guitar more?
The guitar. I actually like playing the guitar
Just the
more.
guitar, so-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one you'll see her with next.
Yeah, that's my baby.
That's awesome.
That
And
is
you
my
actually,
baby.
like, last time I saw you, you
Mhm.
actually mentioned that you had gotten this, like, little gadget thing for it, too, because you told me how you were so frustrated with, like, you had
Oh
to, like,
yeah,
plug it in. And
right.
it's just,
So
like,
what
you
was
trip over the
funny,
cord.
right? It's actually a wireless receiver, so that I can
Oh.
just I don't have any cords.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just free. You know, what's funny is the show I did at Motorco last year in December. I was playing, and the reason why my parents actually got it for me for Christmas.
Mhm.
But the reason why they got it for me is because I was playing, and I was just like moving, and I was like da da da, and then I was like, "Chur," and I stepped on the cord, and I was like,
Whoa.
no sound, and I was like.
Damn.
I hurried up, put that cord back in, and did my run. I was like,
Dang.
"Do-do-do-do-do," and everybody was like, "Whoa!"
Shit.
So I learned
Yeah.
my lesson from that, and I was like, you know what, I gotta
Yeah.
go all the way
Yeah.
wireless because I can't have any more of those hiccups.
Yes.
But it really helps just being able to be free and not have to worry about any cords.
So you
falling.
started as a producer. What made you go into like the kind of
Artist world?
Yeah,
Yeah.
artist world.
Well, what's funny is that I started as a producer, and then I kind of nibbled in artistry, like when I was maybe 11 or 12. Y'all gonna laugh, but I used to rap. I used to.
Hey.
Drop some bars.
Now you
Like,
got it.
No, you
Now
can't.
you
Let's
got
put it
it.
on the spot. Let's put it on the spot.
Gotta drop a beat. Drop a beat for him.
Now you got it.
Yeah, drop the beat. Oh wait, no, we have the mic
I
on.
can't. Right.
Okay.
I can't do a bar to save my life, y'all. I can sing so, but that's about it. But
Right.
no, I did used to rap, but it was gospel
Okay.
rap.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
So
okay.
I used to go to different churches and like rap, gospel rap, have my
Okay.
CDs, and I kind of did that for a bit. And then I went to secular, and I was like, this is fun, you know, blah blah blah. And then I just started producing tracks, and that's where I started building up, you know, learning, understanding how to produce and stuff. But then in the past like 3 to 4 years, I decided, you know, like I can't hold this. Like I can't hold just being a producer because I'm going to go in the studio and I'm going to write and I'm going to sing
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it's in me, you know,
Well,
to
I
do
mean,
those
I guess
things.
the question is that do you find more success in you being a producer or you being an artist?
I find more connecting to the audience as far as being an artist. And that's what's important to me. I feel like, yes, you can feel me through my music, but it's more so like, what am I talking about? What am I saying? How can I change somebody else's life? I
Yeah,
feel like
there
that's
you
what
go.
our purpose is as artists, you know, and as people in general. So it's kind of like, how can I do that? And I feel like producing, you know, it could do that as far as she's a, you know, female producer. That's really inspiring, but it's more so like, what comes behind that, and I can express it more with my artistry and with my lyrics and with my voice and stuff like that. So that's why I tackled on both of those worlds. And my manager actually really was like, you should really do both, because at first I was really like, nah, I just want to produce. This is like 4 years ago. And he's like, no, I think you really need to do both. You have a very warm, really soothing voice. So, and I tried it, and I actually just loved it, and I realized that I love being on stage. Like, I love being on stage.
So what's that feeling when you walk up on stage with that
What's the
guitar
feeling when I walk up on stage with the guitar?
ready to kill it?
I like this.
Right?
Well, I always pray. I'm sorry, I'm real spiritual. I always pray for my shows, so
I'm
it
sorry.
just kind of,
That's awesome.
you know,
Sorry.
hey, you know what I'm saying? I always pray, and then before I go on, it's just go mode in my mind. You know, I try to free everything on my problems, anything that I'm dealing with.
Gotcha.
And I just lay it out on stage, and I tell myself that before I go on stage, because even though I'm doing maybe some of the same songs you guys hear, there's still somebody who hasn't heard my music.
Yeah.
So it's still somebody who hasn't seen me live. So I still have to go like
100.
ham, basically.
Yeah.
You know, to really show myself and connect with them. You know, I always want you to leave not feeling like, I mean, that was all right. I want you to leave with like, I felt that, like that was cool.
What's your favorite song to perform?
I like this. Actually, I would probably say the weirdest part is and I sing, but the weirdest part that I like playing is actually Computer Love, and it might sound really weird that I say that. It's kind of two of them though. It's Computer Love and it's I'm Gat. I play I'm Gat. He knows I'm Gat. And it's kind of like just go crazy because everybody in the audience loves it. But Computer Love is that moment where people see my creativity with the talk box and me playing, and the feeling of the music and everything, and the atmosphere absolutely changes every single time I do it. Every time I do it, it changes.
It is so weird too.
Yeah.
Like people can't tell you specifically like where or how they heard it, but they just know they heard it from an older person.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
yeah.
like, wait, I've heard this. This is nice. Yeah.
Dumb question, but what's the difference?
Dumb question.
What's the difference between a producer and an engineer? What's the difference?
That's a really
That's
good.
not a
No,
dumb
now
question.
that's not a dumb question. The
Yeah.
harder question is what's the difference between a producer and a beat maker.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
So I
thought it
just
was
got
something.
asked that question like 3 days ago. So I can answer both of those questions.
Go ahead.
So as far as your first question, the difference between a producer and an engineer is producer is responsible and oversees an entire project, while an engineer is responsible for the sonic integrity of a track.
So I'll give you an example.
that means
Kanye West, executive producer.
exactly.
Somebody like
Diddy.
Diddy is more like your executive producer.
I'm trying to think of-
Pete Smith is
Yep.
more like your engineer.
Exactly.
If you ever hear like Kanye West or like Rick Rubin and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Rick
they're more
Rubin
like
are more the engineer type. Rick Rubin's an amazing guy from Def Jam.
Yep.
okay.
So those people like it's more like technical, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Now, as far as beat makers, there are beat makers and then there are producers. There's a lot of beat makers out here.
Mike Will made
the
Tay
beat.
Keith,
Too many
Vinyl
names.
beats.
Oh
I don't know if you know
my
Vinyl
God,
beats.
Ronnie.
I heard
1985
Yep.
beats. He makes a lot of Drake stuff.
Yep.
But those guys also, because of their clout and experience, they're also titled as a producer.
Okay.
Because they're kind
Yeah.
of going over the whole they
There's
oversee the
everywhere.
whole project technically.
Yeah, like Metro Boomin.
Exactly, Metro
Yeah.
Boomin.
And
So,
those type of beat makers make like a shitload.
oh yeah, they do.
Like,
But the industry's changed so much. I remember I used to know through the grapevine, people selling tracks for like $100,000, like Timbaland.
Damn.
Just one track.
Wow.
That was in like the 90s and stuff when all that stuff was popping in the early 2000s. But
That's
the
what
industry
you
has
know, bro.
changed so much that, I mean, you might get like 50, for one track, but that's, I mean, hey, that's some people's salary in 1 year.
bruh. So how much does it cost to make one song then? Usually.
Depends.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Depends
because,
on
Give me a
well,
range.
you are.
I was about to
Range.
say, because it depends on how many writers you have,
Okay.
how many other producers are in the building,
Depends
what
on-
studio you got to record at, who you giving a track to, it's a lot that comes behind it. But when you're independent, like me, and I'm able to just be like, hey, I engineer, I produce, I write everything, here's the whole package, I got you right here. It's, a lot more like independently affordable, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But those top dogs, they're gonna hit you in the head.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna hit you in the head. And then they're gonna want
Those
50% publishing. They're gonna want whatever amount of royalties. I want all the like royalties for producing. I want 50% royalties writing. You know, it's a lot of stuff that comes behind that.
Do you find it easier to market yourself as a producer or an artist?
I feel it's easier to market myself. I feel like it's more easier to market myself as an artist than a producer. Because the reason why I say that is some people, I hate to say it like this, and it's sad because this is a male-dominated industry, but some people don't appreciate a female producer more than they appreciate a female artist. So it's like they'll gravitate to a female artist, you know, because of maybe looks or something like that, or her voice, or just her music, period. But it's like, yo, I made this track. You know, people aren't gonna be like, I mean, that's cool. I mean, but it's, you know, I mean, I'm honest. I'm being honest, and it's sad. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe I'm here, you know, and God gave me these gifts so I can walk on both sides of the fence and present both sides, you know. On my stories, me playing instruments and producing, and then you see me singing or with a mic in my hand, you know. So there's no rule.
So I saw that you opened. I think you opened for Drake Bell from
Drake,
Drake
Nickelodeon.
That was awesome.
Dude, that was crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Where was it? Was it in Raleigh or where was it?
That was in Raleigh at the Poorhouse. Were you there?
No,
I think you saw it. Yeah,
I saw it on like
my story
the posters, probably on somebody's, and like I just saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
that
cool.
was really cool.
But I didn't get a chance to go.
That and Bobby Valentino.
Wow.
I was at that one.
Bobby V.
I think it was,
you was at Bobby
I was at
V.
that one.
Yep, that's the one you was at. Yeah.
Did you meet them both or no?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I met them both. Funny
they
story. No, both of them
Really?
were super down.
Wow.
Drake was really nice, but what's funny is I met Drake. I was on a High School Nation tour 2 years ago, and he was the headliner. And I was on a tour.
Can we say Drake Bell just so we can?
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's so.
it is weird saying Drake. It is weird saying Drake. Okay, because there is a Drake and there's a Drake Bell.
Yeah.
So I was on tour with Drake Bell.
Drake Bell.
Right, Drake Bell.
Right.
Let's be very specific.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago for High School Nation, so I met him then. And when I opened up for him, I don't think he remembered, but when I came up to him, I was like, "Yo, I was with you at High School Nation." He was like, "Oh my gosh, it is you!" Like, he kind of had a realization moment. He was like, "Whoa, that is you. Let's get a picture." So he was really nice. And then Bobby, I walk in. He's like, "Don't come over here taking over my show." I was like, "Chill out." He started laughing. I was like, "I'm not here to do that. It's just your show, you know." But he's really cool. Both of them were really cool. That was really different. That was my first time like doing stuff like that last year, and you know, they approached me, and I was just like, okay. I mean,
that's cool. I mean,
so it's an opportunity.
I think that was the show that I met you at, actually, wasn't it?
You met me. I want to. Was it the show? Yeah,
Because
it
this
was.
is where you had,
it was
like,
Bobby.
your merch and stuff.
Yep. I was about to say it was with Tres Falsetto.
Falsetto.
That's where I
so
met
you
you
know.
because I was like, "Yo, you got some dope shirts, like
Yeah.
which are very dope." Okay, I don't just say
That
stuff.
one-way trap. I never go back to Body.
You said what?
Body is a one-way trap club. I would never go.
Who is that?
I thought that's where you said you met him at. That's all.
Oh no!
There's a club in Raleigh called Body, and it's like
No.
a one-way trap. It's like one way in, one way out.
No, I would never go
to
there.
that place.
No, that's
You gotta
very
explain
hazardous.
yourself now, though.
Oh no! Oh yes. Wait, you? Oh,
You gotta explain yourself now.
You gotta explain it now.
There.
Look, I'm like
As he
curious.
drinks.
Right. But no, I was really turned on by your gear when I saw it because it's really different.
So I'm
it's-
guessing that you've been on the radio multiple times. I'm guessing.
Why you say that?
I mean, what?
sorry?
I mean, Drake
You're making
Bell.
this
I mean,
up.
Oh,
yeah, you
well,
know,
right.
all
I
these
mean,
guys, you know,
I appreciate it. No,
engineer, producer.
yeah, I've you mean as far as my music playing on the radio or
Anything,
just
in
yeah,
general.
I've done like drops and stuff like that. I mean, I'm blessed to say that. I get a lot of love back at home. Wait,
where are you from? Sorry.
Greensboro, from Greensboro, North
okay,
Carolina.
okay.
So 336.
No,
So from A&T, they show me a lot of love there at 90.1. They play my stuff like all the time, all night long, and I'm Gat and stuff. They play their songs all the time. So, yeah, between there and then Mirror and stuff, like, always shout me out or whatever. That's all I love, you know. But I'm still grinding, doing what I'm supposed to do. And
So are you making more like secular music, or
yeah,
do you like gospel music better?
Well, I'm for the Lord, you know what I'm saying. But
Right.
but I mean, I do what my heart tells me to do, and I mean, it's definitely towards secular, but that doesn't have anything to really do with who I am spiritually.
Do you have gospel influences in your secular music?
Absolutely. Like, I am in love with Kurt Franklin. I met Kurt Franklin at the Dove
you met
Awards.
him?
Actually, he's about this tall.
Facts.
Really nice dude.
Hold on,
Kurt
you
Franklin
said-
is officially
you said-
5'5".
No, I'm just playing. He's about right here.
No, he's legitimately
He's
5'5".
he's literally like, I'm 5'6", so he's like 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah.
Really,
what?
he's
Yeah,
super
Kurt
smart.
Franklin is really. I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but Kurt Franklin is honestly short. Like,
Yeah, he's
Whoa.
really
Like,
really
he's like
small.
Kevin
I'm not
Hart
talking
short.
about him, but I love Kirk. Anyway, so
Bruh.
but no,
From his videos,
he's
he don't seem that short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You
He
wouldn't
doesn't.
notice
There's
it,
that
yeah,
one song
but
that I know,
that's the point of videos. That's why.
No, yeah,
as
yeah,
videographers,
obviously,
we
Certain
have
angles.
The power, we have the
Yeah.
power to make
Certain
somebody
angles.
look small or to look
It's like
big,
that up.
and yeah.
It's like
All right, bro. Make me look like 6'1", please, because I'm short.
stop.
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
legit so short.
POV was actually my first album. That was more in the middle, but it was a lot of like pop influences and R&B. So Introspection was just really weird, and I did it on purpose.
That was
Because
like your first studio album, though, wasn't it? Or
No, POV was my first studio.
Oh, okay,
That was
okay.
16 songs, and then Introspection I think was 10 or 11. And it was just me. And Introspection is the reason why, because of his meaning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I don't know. Next album would be more like in the middle. It'd be pretty fun.
I think you and Winston should like open up a podcast because y'all are like
Dude, he's
No,
like
fanning
It's like,
Yeah.
bro,
Man,
yo, pull up a chair, man.
I don't even like that. I don't even know you, but the
Right.
fact that like they're like small connections is like
yeah,
so-
especially since you know LT. That's creepy. That's creepy. Yeah,
Bruh.
and I like it.
Yo, let's hit up LT real quick.
I know. Right? Let me
Let's
text
hit
her.
him up. Bruh.
But
Yeah.
you brought up Mir earlier, which is she's mad dope. Shout out to Mir.
Oh,
also.
shout out to Mir,
She's
man.
mad dope.
She is amazing.
You were actually on this thing that she did a little bit ago called what was it TrafficJamz or something?
Yeah, Leaf
Like-
Cars.
Oh,
yeah,
Leaf
yeah,
Cars.
Yeah,
yeah,
Leaf
yeah.
Cars. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was. I did two actually. I just realized that I did
Oh.
one. I think in 2000 and was it late 2017 or early 2018, and then I did another one in like summer 2018.
Oh, okay.
That was always really fun. I get to drive new cars and stuff.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
just like promote the car, or and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
talk about the artist as well. whoever's
Exactly.
in the
It's
car?
a combination of both things. So Leaf, like it's a really smart tactic because it's promoting local artists.
Yeah.
And showcasing local artists with a new car that people are like, ooh, I want to see the new Range Rover, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, you can if you watch this video with local artists in it that you need to come to shows and support. You know. So right. So I mean, but it's a good tactic, and they had me come back again, which was really cool, and I got to drive it that time.
Ooh.
It was I don't even remember the car. I can't remember the last one I drove.
Was
I
it a
hate-
Cadillac? No.
No, I wish. I feel like it was a really nice. It was something upscale. It was something like upscale. Oh, was it a Lamborghini?
Whoa.
No, it wasn't a
Really?
Lamborghini
Something
car.
upscale.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm scared.
Not a Lamborghini car.
What?
No, it was an SUV.
Hey,
It was an SUV. I'm
I'll
sorry.
have to watch while you at it.
Right. It was an SUV, like something. I can't remember.
Okay.
SUV Maserati, I think.
Maserati.
I think it was
That's
SUV
still a nice-
Maserati.
Quasi truck.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was.
Ooh.
So it was really nice. I think it was called a Levante or something. I think that's what it was called, a Levante.
Yeah, that sounds like
Sounds
a
fancy.
Maserati.
Yeah.
That's, come on.
Levante.
All I know is it sounds
Levante.
Bruh.
Right.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Also, wait, I forgot my question. I'm sorry. guys.
No.
I'm sorry. I forgot. Go ahead,
I
Anchor.
like
Go
questions.
ahead.
Ask me all your questions.
Oh, wait. Nah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Your
Yeah.
mind. Okay, I was just gonna say, where with your music as far as growth in these past couple of years, where have you seen it like grow the most professionally still since you started?
Yeah, I love this question because this is really serious to me. Before I started, I want to say to answer the question, it's got to be confidence. I've gained so much confidence. It's not arrogance. It's not overconfidence. Those are two different things. But I've gained confidence as to say I can go on the stage and I can do all these things and play all these instruments, and and do them well. Like I questioned that 3 or 4 years ago because I wasn't never afraid of the stage because I've been performing since I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always kind of like held back. Will I nail everything? Like vocals. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm still striving to make every show perfect. But I just want everything to be perfect. Like vocals, I want vocals to be right, instruments, the mix to be right. Like I'd struggle with that sometimes, like sound checks and stuff. And that was what was kind of like holding me back. But as I kept performing and kept traveling into different places and different environments and learning different sounds and stuff, acoustics, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I need to have my vocals up more like this, you know, and just learning how it works. It made me more confident to now I can knock out a sound check in 10 minutes, you know, instead of 25 like it normally would take me, because I was just trying to make sure everything was right. But now it's like I built the confidence and the experience to just go forth and go for it. So I think that's one of the biggest things I've really gained, and my parents are really hard on me, making sure I keep that up because that's really important. And there was a lady, just to piggyback on that, there was a lady in Greensboro. She had survived from a stroke, I think, and I did a show. She's never seen me perform ever, and all the artists there were supposed to do like one song, and it was a packed out place. It was probably like 150 plus people in there. And all these people are like, I can't wait to see you perform. I'm like, thanks. That makes me feel better. But it does. I like that. So I just went on stage and I did Tell Me What. You probably know what Tell Me What is. And I played at the end. And she stopped like at the end of my stuff and like got the microphone and was like, who are you? You know, in front of all these people. And she's like, you have so much confidence. Like when I was your age, I did not even have that. So it's very important to me to make sure I keep that up, so I could be an example for other girls. So.
Talking about being an example to other girls, so a lot of people look up to you as a role model.
Yeah.
So would you say that college would be a pathway to be as successful as you are today? Like, did you go to college?
I did.
Gotcha.
And I would absolutely say yes, it is. School is very important, right? School is very important. I'm not just saying that because it's a cliche and everybody says it, but it is. I wouldn't have. Let me say this. I went to school for audio engineering. I got a degree in audio engineering.
What school? Sorry.
GTCC. So I'm back there performing April 18th.
Wait, where's that at?
That's at Guilford Technical Community College in Greensboro and Jamestown and High Point. They have different campuses. But I would not know half of the things that I know now about sound and how stuff travels if I didn't pursue college or a degree or a career path that was going to technically elevate me, you know, ultimately. So I needed to take that course because when I came in, I knew a lot about engineering. I knew how sound worked, but I didn't know how sound traveled. Like that's kind of the difference and how it reflects off of walls and learning acoustics and stuff. So if I didn't go to college, I would have just been walking in the studio like, oh, it's a nice studio, you know. But sound is all like there's no panels in here like you guys have bass traps in here. There's none of this stuff in here to accommodate the room. So a lot of that I learned, and then just mixing and stuff like that. If I didn't go to college, I wouldn't have known that stuff. And I used to only use Logic. It's a secret thing. I used to only use Logic, but now I use Logic and Pro Tools because of college. And that's the industry standard is Pro Tools. So I'm very thankful for them, you know, for my college, and it's important.
Would you say a 4-year degree is necessary or a 2-year is sufficient?
Well, if it depends on your career path.
Gotcha.
It depends on your career path. So someone like me in audio engineering, you can get away with 2 years or something like that. But if you're trying to be, you know, I don't know, what's a 4-year, you know, like I don't know, some type of doctor or something, you know, something along that career. I know it takes longer years, like 8 or 12 years. Yeah. But you need that, you know, because you're not going to get qualified. You can get a job without a bachelor's at least. Yeah. So, and that's a lot of jobs out here. They start at bachelor's. So.
It's crazy.
Shut
the fuck up. Wait, no.
The reason why is because I'm a little bit older. So.
How old are you?
Yeah,
I'm 30.
Okay, so, I'm 27. I'll be 27 next month.
Yeah, so basically, like 10 years ago, you can just get away with a GED almost.
Mm.
And now sometimes
Oh, yeah,
most jobs don't even look at that. They're like,
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, you got a GED, but did you try to go to college?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I did say next month. Actually, my birthday is in, what's today say? The 3rd?
Yep.
16 days. I would be, March 19th. Yeah.
Turn up.
Yeah, you turn the fuck up.
What he said.
What he said.
Right.
But-
But it is, it's in your, you're
Mhm.
19?
Yeah. 19.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, it's important. As much as people are like, I don't want to go to college, you know, it just looks so good on your resume. It looks so good
Yeah.
behind just you, period, to say
Yeah.
to your kids later, you know, I went to college, you know, and this is what happened after I did that. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have did this. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that.
Gotcha. Usually towards the end of the podcast, we like for the guest to leave the Pioneer Nation a thought or a question. What would you like to leave them?
Anything.
That's a really. Do you watch SpongeBob? No.
Right.
You know.
No.
Okay, fanboy.
I as far as maybe not a question, but just
That's
a
fine.
statement.
Mhm.
I really wish people would stop hating on each other and
Preach.
everybody support each other. Like, there's so much room for all of us to win. You know what I'm saying?
There's
And
so much money out here.
it is,
Yes.
and people hate on each other and don't, you know, kind of go against each other's desires and stuff, and bashing each other on Facebook and all this social media stuff. Like, it's so pointless.
Mm.
I just feel like we should build each other up. And you guys are doing something great here, and so it's just about everybody supporting each other and building that house that we need to build, because it's not happening. It's not, especially in my age group, in the age group a little ahead of me and beneath me. You know, we fight a lot, and we want to do better. Like, people want to see you do good, but they want to see you do better than them, and that's always been my slogan. So it's sad, but it's true. So let's just support each other, and definitely let's support local artists and stuff around here. I mean, we do so much. You guys are doing so much too with the stuff you guys are doing. I mean, it takes a lot of time and energy to do this stuff.
Yeah.
So just sharing something, and not sharing what's already out there. Like, you know, everybody's already shared this video that has millions of views. Why don't you share your friend's video that has 100 views so we can build it up and keep going? Like, that's so vital. Like, it's not happening, and it's on a consistent basis, like every day. People go into a show to watch somebody where tickets are $300, but you won't come to a local artist show that has $5 or $10. So it's like,
You better
it's like,
preach.
my God.
I mean, it's true. It's so true. So I feel like, can we just support each other? Just support. That's all I ask. Like, nothing
Yes,
else.
that's true, actually. Cause like I work at a pool, and like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like the oldest really there now, cause
Really?
like I'm like the what's called like a head guard, and you're like in charge of like the other guards, whatever.
Gotcha.
And lifeguarding is more so of like a high schooler type
Right.
part-time job, right? So all these kids are already like they're high schoolers, and everybody who was there before me already left, and so like I'm the older age group,
Gotcha.
and like seeing them go off to like all like the big artist concerts, and then I tell them about my friends
Yep.
and stuff who like, and they're just like.
Yep. They
They
don't
just
care.
brush it
They don't.
off.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll be
Like,
there.
what the
Right. And
You're gonna know
I
them
will
in a
say
couple years.
That comes with age.
No,
it does.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it comes
yeah,
with
yeah.
what's the trend.
Yeah.
We need to be trendsetters instead of followers, you
there
know.
you
So
go.
that's another thing. He's right. Like, if your friend is going, oh, I'm going to go to Katy Perry concert, I go, you know, and it's
Travis
like,
Scott.
Yeah.
but it's like, yo, like, what about Jim in our class? Like, he's an artist too. Like,
Yeah.
let's go support him. I mean, you don't know how much that does to us. Like, you guys do not know how much that does. And even tickets are like $5-10 to come, but y'all want to
Yeah.
pay $100 for a nosebleed. Like, you know, does that
Yeah.
make any
Sit
sense?
all the way in
Yeah.
the back.
I mean, just because y'all just say I saw the artist, but it's just like, come on, like, you're a friend that's trying to do something. And then when they get there, please do not feel some type of way. When they just like, nah, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Don't
yeah,
feel
yeah,
something.
yeah,
And I'm not
okay.
saying I'm gonna be that type of person, but people do not forget. People do not forget stuff.
like,
y'all.
that's me.
You're fucking right.
You bet I'm gonna do
Damn.
that.
People don't forget
Bruh.
stuff. So I just say start now. You know,
Yeah,
let's start
yeah,
now.
Very true.
Oh,
yes,
man.
yeah. Oh yeah. But once again, thank you, Pioneer Nation, for tuning in. Thank you, Imani, for
Oh
coming.
yeah, my pleasure. My
Yeah.
pleasure.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Muchas
gracias.
gracias.
Ooh,
Yeah, de
okay.
nada, de nada. Yeah.
Leave that.
Oh,
plug
where
in
can you
for us.
find? Where
Oh
can you
yeah,
find you at?
yes, please. So please make sure you're following me. First of all, my website is www.iamamani.com. My name is spelled Imani. For your information, it's not Imani or E-Man. I don't know. It's just something crazy. Anyways, my handles are at IamAmani9. So website www.iamamani.com. Handles at IamAmani9. Make sure you follow me. See all my shows on my website. See all my shows on Instagram. I got everything. So
Grab some of these.
grab some shirts.
Hey,
Right.
well,
I'm
I
gonna be
thought you
putting
were
out some
talking
new
to something
stuff
else.
later.
Like,
But
Hector, what are you doing? I was
What?
like,
Grab some of these.
whoa,
grab some of these.
whoa, okay,
Whoa, yeah.
But please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Please leave feedback. We love reading you guys.
Share this
comments.
video. I'm
Yes.
interrupting him. Share this video.
Yeah. And-
Not just mine either. Everybody else's.
And please follow her. She's amazing, amazing artist. And we'll see you next time. I'm Luis.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You're streaming
go ahead.
everywhere, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay, cool, cool.
Spotify,
Everywhere.
Spotify. I have a few things on SoundCloud,
Okay.
but I'm working on something. I'm not gonna say it right now.
Ooh.
Right. So we're gonna amp up SoundCloud. Let's just say it like that.
Okay.
But Spotify, yeah, check me out on Spotify. You just search my name, Imani Pressley, and I'm there. So
Introspection.
yeah, introspection PLV, all that stuff. Like they know, is produced by me, written by me, all instrumentation's done by me. So, leave your thoughts. I want to know what your favorite songs are.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm Luis,
I'm Hector.
And I'm Imani Pressley.
and we're the Bull City Pioneers.
Yeah,
See you next time.
See ya.